All right. Back in 2018, when I played versus Special, I was doing this. This is how long ago I've been doing this. No one caught on to this. I find it ridiculous that no one caught on to this creep spread stuff. Look at this. I put the tumor up here, and then because of that, the creep spreads like way further. Because you can see it's like up there. It's like north. So then my creep spread's like a million times better because of that. And this is like a super easy thing everyone can do on every map. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys how to do this literally on every map. It's so easy. I don't know why anyone's not doing this. I did this 2 years ago. There's no way I was the only one who knew about this. Yeah, it's me. This is me. I used to be a pro player. Well, pro player. Okay, let's calm down, okay? Look at this. This was 2 years ago. So I'm gonna show you guys the shit that honestly, you guys should have already been doing this. You're slacking. Now the video is kind of hard to see exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, it's really not that hard. This is actually like the easiest tip I can give that gives like, I don't even know how many more jumps. It's like you got a free jump. So this base, I always take this base. And if you take this base, you need to change it because this base is 100% superior. Because if you take this tumor with this base, what happens is, because the creeps like spreads barely onto the ramp, not only does it spread down here, but also it just jumps to here because it recognizes the fact that it's in range of a hatchery. So you can just jump straight down to the third. See that? This tumor, like honestly, if you don't believe in this base, just in general, even though in my opinion it's better than this one, even without this, even if you don't believe that, just this alone is worth taking this base for. It's absolutely insane. You can get so much mileage off of this. You know how long it would take to creep here? You'd have to like boom, 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 like three jumps. But with this, you save so much time. It's actually unreal. I'm already creep spreading this ramp just as this base is done. And then the rest is just like clockwork. You spread it out. It's all the same stuff. But if you want to up your creep game, this is what you gotta do, man. I got them for pretty much every single map. There's a couple maps that I don't have it for, but there's stuff like that, like to the nat to the third, and there's also stuff in the middle of the maps that there's no one's doing. And like I said, I've been doing this for like 2 years. Where have you guys been? Okay. What have you guys been doing? It's been, because you know, I just don't think people take creep as seriously as I do. Creep is like an art form, okay? Now this tumor, it doesn't jump, just barely. It's just not long enough, but there's still value in taking this tumor. I think this third's fine, but I like this third just because I always take this as a fourth anyways. I think there's some value in that. But if you don't want to take this third, then there's not much value in this tip because honestly, these tumors are average. What's good about this map is this ledge here, which you can't really utilize as much if this is your third base. So you see, because they're on this ledge, it goes around, and then you already got the middle. Middle control is really important ZBT on this map. You can just jump to here so quickly. You can get here, what is this, like 4 jumps? And this is at 6 minutes. Of course, I'm spreading it a little bit more efficiently than you would in a normal game. This just gives you an idea of how much better you can be if you just look at the ramps and look at the ledges and just pre-plan a little bit. There's stuff like that on every single map. I got one for Simulacrum too. It's a little bit more like the Nightshade one. It's quick. Should we spread when the tumor is done or when the creep's at the max? Spread when you can, always. Never wait to spread creep. So if you see it as soon as the tumor cooldown goes off, then spread it right away. This is how you become a good creep spreader. It's consistency throughout the game, but also knowing where to put your creep tumors. Like what I'm showing you here is like easy like 1-2 jumps in your creep game without even being better. But if you really want to become a good creep spreader, you gotta have consistency. Alright, now watch this. I take the triangle base in this map. You'll notice the trend with triangle bases. This is almost always better when you take triangle bases. So when you take this base and you creep here, it's the same idea as Nightshade. Goes around this corner. See, as long as there's a way for a unit to physically move down an area within the circle of the creep tumor, then creep will spread there. So watch this. I'm already down on the low ground on my second tumor. This is insane. Compared to most people who are like, they start tumor here and then they just go here, it's useless. Like, this doesn't help at all. Especially because this third is so far away. But I'm already connecting my third with this way. It's actually such a huge difference. And once you have like this kind of mobility for your queens, it's all smooth sailing from there. And then I can protect the creep and I'm just going. It's really, most people I think will overlook this and think that it's not that good, but you really need to do this stuff. This stuff is so vital. It should be ingrained in how people look at creeping, but no one does it. You guys need to do it. You guys need to make this popular because it's been too long of people just not thinking about the maps. Because okay, all the other games I had were triangle bases, but look at this. This is a line base. Everyone loves this third base on World of Sleepers. Look, I put the tumor down here, and it's wrapping all the way around the pillar. Look at that. I'm already at the third. It's really, really strong. And then it just takes a little bit of looking at your terrain and kind of adapting to the situation. I'm sure there's gonna be much more examples in the next pool. There's always been maps like this where you could do stuff like this. It's really not a new thing. I mean, I showed you a game of me on Eastwatch and I did it just fine. And this is just how the game works. You gotta be able to make these rings. Another cool thing about World of Sleepers is I noticed if I put my first tumor here, second tumor here, and then third tumor here, I got a really nice spread because this tumor is safe on the high ground. No one goes up here, so you can get it all the way over here, totally safe, and then start creeping towards this side. Whereas this tumor can easily just go down to for the third. But if you look in the middle, you can see these ramps are really close. So these tumors are totally safe on the high ground, but they're creeping like down the middle. Look how aggressively these are creeping, and they're totally safe. These are the safest tumors you'll ever put down in your life. And they're creeping so far. This is a really, really good spot. You gotta look for the kind of stuff like this, because usually on maps like this, they'll have this kind of in-between period that's like walled off by a high ground, but it's usually like has some doodad crap on it, like Ascension to Iron and stuff, so you can't jump up on there or anything, and it's like too thick. But this map, it's just ledges. This is just free creep real estate, and anybody can do this. This is like a super easy way to increase your creep spread. Gains, I guess you call it. Getting the gains. Increase your creep spread gains. I got an Eternal Empire one, but honestly, It's not nearly as good because you have to take a base that I know a lot of people don't like. I kind of like the base just because of this trick, but also because of other reasons that it's now not. That's another stream sesh. It's a whole nother story. But if you do like taking this base as a third base, I got something for you on this map. It's the same idea. We tuck it in the corner. It's really safe tumor spot, and it's going right up that ramp. It's really nice. And then we're already connecting. This space is so far, but I connected it in 2, which is insane for this spot. Another thing about this side is it's the same thing with the ramp here. This is a really good spot to get to this high ground. This is on high ground. This is on the ramp right here. This is a really nice tumor spot. You can just get tons of mileage. Same thing with this spot as well. If you get a tumor into here, easy high ground. You just need to get vision. And honestly, like the middle on this map is so hard to creep. But if you take little nooks like this, it's so easy. It's honestly so easy. And yeah, like you can do it, you could kind of do the thing on World Sleepers here to some extent. I think there's like a spot here, and there's definitely a spot here because there's a ramp. So there are some ways to mimic that, but honestly, you'll look at maps a whole different way once you start doing creep spread like this. And I had one last one on Ephemeron. It was pretty much the same idea as Triton, where it's like I'm really creep spreading towards the middle of the map, not so much nat to third, because this map is it's pretty rough. There's a big main. There's not really much. There's too much space here to take this base. So anyway, this is the creep tumor spot the people need to be looking at on Ephemeron. These 2 tumors, they get mileage for sure because they can get this jump, which is really nice because normally you go boom, 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 and then you're over here. But just it's little things like this that really make the difference. You guys really got to start looking at stuff like this because you can just jump over here. Of course, you have to protect it. If you're not willing to protect it, then this spot is not as good. But controlling the middle is vital in a lot of ZVTs. So yeah, do this more. This is such a strong, simple thing to do, and everyone's just not doing it.